Hello guys, today we are at Kibabi University. They are hosting a careers and cultural week, and today we are going to catch up with the members of GLA, which means Great Lake Association, who are going to take us through their culture, and in specific in this African kitchen we are going to do something dealing with foods. So Great Lakes Association, you simply get to understand what the things that are associated with the lakes, that is omena, fish and what have you. So we are going to be joined by two other of my friends who are going to take us through the frying of omena, the frying of fish, preparing of their ugali, preparing of their vegetables, uji as well, and so much more. It's gonna be fun, and guys, join us in the process. Yes. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to comment, to like, and also to share these videos. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms, Culture Hub TV, on YouTube, on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Yes, guys, twende kazi.
I'm Akinyi Marion, a member of the GLA, that is the Great Lake Association in Kibabi University. Today we are going to showcase our meals, the traditional made. For now we are going to see on how to make our porridge and take you through the process of doing it, like how we do our porridge. You come closer, you realize there is a flour. That is, you can see the flour is brown, and it's a mixture of a lot of things. It's made of yams, the millet, the sorghum, there is the soya beans, and there is also sorghum, millet, yam, and cassava. Yeah, so in case we are doing for the elderly people, there is no need of adding the omena and the ground nuts. Yeah, so what we do, it is measured as per the quantity of what we need. Like you realize we'll need maybe 2 jugs of flour for like maybe up to about 5 liters of water. Then you stir until it is even and distributed, and it's equalaini. Yeah, you stir at equalaini. That is when after the water has boiled, it doesn't bubble. It boils until a given temperature, but you don't wait until it bubbles. Then we'll add our mixture into the water, then stir continuously until it is mixed properly. Added flour, it was so thin, like this, the nini will just go through the porridge so easily. But now it is almost ready. We'll give it some few minutes. Yeah, so after that we'll allow it to bubble for some times, and then we'll add sugar. After adding sugar, we'll stir for some times, like up to about 5 to 10 minutes. Then we are going to add our lemon. That is the lemon. We can use the grind lemon or the fruit lemon. We prefer the fruit lemon because it's natural. Yeah.
Our porridge is now ready. Now we start to prepare our brown ugali. For you to prepare brown ugali, you need brown ugali flour. And this flour is a mixture of cassava flour, millet, and sorghum. Apart from brown ugali being a traditional meal, I am told that it goes very well with either omena or fish.
We want to do our ugali. So what we are doing, we had added water. Wait first. We had added water. We added hot water and it has boiled and it has bubbled. The reason why we added flour, that was to increase the boiling point. You know, impurities increase boiling point. That is what we were taught. Yeah. So it's some knowledge that our grandparents had. You know, we used to see them add flour, but we could not understand until we went to school. So that when we realized adding of flour increases the boiling point, so it boils fast than it was expected. So we have added the flour. So we're going to mix as we turn, as we mix. It's a process. Actually, it's a complete process until it starts solidifying. So this is what it's going to do for some times until you realize it becomes compacted, like it's together. So it's going to do that as we mix.
Are you smelling something? The sweet aroma or the miasma? It's called miasma of ugali that I'm cooking. Yeah.
My name is Roxam Joan. Okay, so this is our fish. It's fresh. When you want to start like making our fish, we'll start by removing the scales. And for us to remove the scales, we normally do it this way. Though this one have already been done, we normally do it this way. Then we'll cut it diagonal like this to remove the inner parts. Then the inner parts we normally remove by doing this. After cutting, you just remove this way. Then you wash the gills. For us to wash the gills, you must do it this way. For you to wash it clean, for our fish to be clean, you must wash it very clean. Then after that, we'll have to sun dry it so that when you're going to fry it, it can come out straight. And for us to sun dry it, we normally cut it like horizontally, this way, so that as we sun dry it, we might put some salts to preserve it and also to prevent the flies from coming around the fresh fish, because you know flies always like something that is very fresh. So for us to prevent the flies, when we want to sun dry it, we will put some salt. So like this one has already been prepared and washed, it's clean. So when we want to sun dry it, we'll just place it on a rack. But for this case, we are using some samples of wood. So we'll put it this way. this way in order for it to dry while it's straight. Yeah, we don't want it to bend, for it to dry while it's straight. So when the rays of the sun are coming, it will just dry automatically. So for it to dry so that we can drive a lot of flies away, we'll use some salts. So we'll just use some salts like this way, and even on the other part we must just spread the salts. So you find that this way our fish will be able to dry when it's straight, not bending. So for this case, like these ones have already started drying, or even this one. So you find that this one is the one which has already started drying. So when we are going to fry it, we just go and dip it in our frying pan, or the so-called karaya. So you can just so for us to dip it, for the oil is very hot, and if it's splash on somebody's skin, obviously will get burned. So for us to prevent that one, we normally use this one, or you simply dip it this way. You just come in and dip it slowly this way, then you use the big spoon to dip it fully. Yeah, so for the ones which have been fried, you can see this one, the way they have come out straight, not bending. And so this is the work of the salt. That's why we applied the salt at that point, for it to come out this way. So this one is ready for someone to eat it. Actually, you can just take ugali and some kachumbari, then you just dish. Our fish is well prepared and well cooked, very clean, nice. Yeah.
We are trying to squash all the tomatoes, so that you don't have that you find that when you serve your food, you find some parts we have more concentration of finely blend. Like we're trying, you see, like those people who have money, they do the blending. So now we are trying to do the blending the traditional way. So we are trying to make it all the particles to be fine, and so that we find that when you cook your food, you don't find that some parts of your meal have a higher concentration of tomatoes than others. So you find when it is in finer particles like this, and you put your mena inside, you'll find that when you stir like a few times, all the food will have equal concentrations of them.
after we are done with the deep frying of our fish, what we do is we are going to the process of stewing. That is, we are making it with soup. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our fish and put it aside. Away from that, we're going to take another clean sufuria, and in that sufuria we're going to add our onions and some oil. We're going to fry it as we continuously stir until the onions turns golden brown. After the onions is golden brown, we're going to add tomatoes, that is the finely chopped tomatoes. And after we done adding all of the tomatoes, we're going to turn and add some salt. We're going to season with salt. After we're done seasoning with salt, we're going to turn for like 5 minutes as we continuously turn ili the nyanya iji bonde bonde. And after that, we are going to add water, not too much water, just a little. So after we've added the water, we're going to cover and allow it to boil. After it has boiled until it's bubbling, that is when we're going to take our fish one by one and dip into our water and ensure they are fully submerged into the soup. So the quantity of water is going to be dependent on the number of fish that we are preparing. So we're going to submerge our fish into the water, into the soup, and allow it to bubble for like 30 minutes. Yeah, so thereafter, when almost ready, we're going to add the milk. Yeah, we're going to add milk, like we said. We're still going to use all fresh milk. So we are adding all fresh milk to it and allow it to bubble for like 5 minutes. And our fish will be ready for consumption. That is our stew fish. Additional prepared vegetable, as you can see. And it's a combination of different kind of vegetables, green vegetables. So here you'll realize we are having osuga, that is the managu. We are having dek. Dek is what we call the saga. We are having the michicha. Michicha ni jina tu hivo, you can call it michicha in our language, michicha in Swahili, it is okay, or ododo if you want. And there is also spinach. We put spinach to make it more soft. You know the nature what spinach does to something. Yeah. So what we do, we prepare it, stock it, remove the big stalks. After we've done that, we do the washing. And after washing, we don't cut. We don't cut the vegetable. We just put it in a sufuria as a whole, add some water and allow it to boil. Boil till it turns. Then thereafter, what we do, we put it in a different thing or maybe a trough or something. Then before we fry it, what we do, tunabonda because remember hatukuikata, like haikukatwa. So kenye tunafanya, we use something and tunaibonda. After tumeibonda, then that is when we fry. We don't use tomatoes, we just use the oil and the onions. Thereafter we add milk. Yeah, so what makes it tradition is we don't eat it fresh. It is something that is prepared days before it is consumed. Like it can be kept for like 3 days. And what we do is just an addition of milk and unachemsha. Yeah, so it has a lot of milk and it's so sweet. And I guess you can have a taste because personally, I love it.
What is interesting about your culture? We have learned about the Luo. Now we can learn about your culture as well. This has been the end of this show, unfortunately, and we have to say bye-bye. But do not forget to like, to subscribe, and to give this video a thumbs up. See you next time. My name is Sawene, and this has been the African Kitchen.